G'day guys and welcome back to Shanghai Shenhua / Canada on Football Manager 2015, episode number 31 of the series. It's our birdie. G'day, how you guys going? And today we are playing the last group game of the ACL Champions League against Persipura, an Indonesian side. So we're going to be playing that as well as just going over some other key issues going on in the side at the moment, and also one other little minor transfer news. So let's get into it, I guess. And right away we'll go into the schedule of how we're playing, and well, okay, I guess not. There it is. As you guys can see now, we are at top of the table, doing really well in the Chinese Super League, really doing it well. 19 goals for, only 2 against, really good. 3 points up on Shandong. Yeah, it's been really pleasant to start the season so well. The whole team, everyone on the team is doing really well, pitching in. Getting some good performances from players, getting some bit of a disappointments as well from the players. We'll go over that in a moment. But yeah, we're doing really well, and just we're getting rewarded for the way we're playing, and that's the main thing. In the competitions now, as you can see too, in the East ACL Champions League, we are sitting top of the table, top of the group. If you look over our group here, we are sitting top, 4 wins, 1 loss. As you guys can see in the last episode, we showed that 1 loss, but since then we have just been playing exceptionally well in this this Champions League. It's really been we'll just go into this here and show me. Yeah, as you guys saw, we lost 4-2 on the road at Jeju. The Korean side responded with a 4-0 home victory against the Japanese ACL. Really good performances there from Sun Ki. Then we replied with a 3-0 victory over Persipura, the Indonesian side. Zhang Long, Carlos Villanueva, he's been exceptional. He's been a great pickup. And then we came back and won the reverse game against Jeju, being a man down. We were able to score an insurance marker, so that was a big win to get the win, considering we lost them the first time. And then we came, and the last one we just played a 3-0 victory over ACL, the Japanese side again. So we cruising in this group, no doubt about it. And now that's why it's big. I want to win this game. I want to get I want to finish first in this group. And even though we're going to the next round, but I really want to be ahead so we can get a bit of an easier opponent in the next round. So that's what we want to get to. We'll just go over how some of the Australian teams, Melbourne Victory, that's a bit of a tough group there as well. They're not going through. And talk about Brisbane Roar. That's a very tough group. You got probably one of the biggest named sides in Japan in Gamba Osaka, the best team in Korea. I wouldn't say the best Chinese team now, because I want to say I'm the best team, but probably the biggest well-known reputation team in Zhuangzhou Evergrande in China. So that's a tough group for Brisbane. And as you guys can see now, the Chinese sides as well, Shandong, Zhuangzhou, Shanghai, East Asia, that group's still open there. So yeah, it's good. I mean, we're doing well in the Champions League, and hopefully we can get a pretty good team for the next round. That's for sure. So now we'll just go into our schedule now. As you guys can see, we have won every single game except a 0-0 home game against Harbin. That was a pretty disappointing game. Just wasn't getting. I felt that, coming off the season so quickly, it was pretty tough to try and juggle all that, and that's why the first game was obviously disappointing, but now we've started to really get it going. I felt this home game against Persipura, or Persipura, however you say it, that kind of jump started our season, because we've just been solid ever since. So yeah, it's been really good. And that's just who we've been, 7-0 thumping at home against Shanghai Shenzhen, one of the derbies, and pretty much just destroyed them. So that was a really good performance. Yeah. So that's pretty much what we got there. And just also one other minor transfer bit of news. I'm selling Lu Bin Bin to Al Ettifaq in Saudi Arabian, Saudi Arabian league. 275k, which is pretty good, considering that's pretty much his value. So and he didn't want to sign a new contract, so that was the main reason. I was kind of upset to let him go, but he didn't want to sign, and when you don't, when a player doesn't want to sign, what can you do, right? So that's what we got going. Of course, Gabriel, he's another guy that doesn't want to sign, so I'm thinking I might try and, well, I want to offer him off, before the season goes, because he doesn't want a new contract. So he doesn't want a thing, so I'll try and offer 1.5, because I really want to get in someone, especially Sead Saliovic. That's the guy I really want to target. But and then again, I'm just going to go, because this is Tim Cahill, so the reason I'm doing this is at the start of the season, Timmy was he was just not getting on the score sheet at all. I mean, right here you guys can see got a 9 rating. He's doing really well, setting players up, but apart, I guess his ratings are okay at the beginning. But apart from goal scoring, as you can see here, he's not getting the goals, and there's a red card. So after this game, I actually started to bring him on the bench and bringing him off the bench. And here he comes, and I also told him, you got to start playing better. There's a goal for him there. There's a goal for him there, and 6 there. And this time he didn't even play. And another goal there. So Timmy's just, he's starting to get his game going, which is, I'm really pleased, because he's my favorite player, and I don't want him as I'm managing him, I don't want him to struggle. So of course he is 37, so I gotta expect that as well. But he's still a very champion player for this league, and look at this. I mean, he's doing exceptionally well. He started off really slow, but now he's starting to get going, and I'm really happy. The way I kind of disciplined a bit, I didn't really discipline. I just kind of challenged him, by bringing him off the bench, and then of course telling you got to be playing better. So that's what we got going here. So we're going to this game against Persipura, the Indonesian side. Obviously, I would like a win here, just to try and really put ourselves in the position that we want to finish first. That's what I really want. Put Carlos Villanueva up top, because I really have been liking this with Villanueva playing as a Trequartista, and then Cahill. They've really been playing well in those in that setup. It's kind of like running 2 strikers, kind of with a Trek and an attacking mid, but they're kind of dropped a bit deeper, which has really been pleasing to see. So that's what we got going on there. And Sun Ki is also injured, so that's bugger. That's actually, and then look at this, guys. Just saying, 814 rating for Wang Ziho. This guy's been fantastic, and he's got 2. As you can see here, where is it? How do you check all our appearances? But 6 appearances in total, 4 goals for Wang Ziho. He's been another player that's been fantastic. He's I think he's learning from Kale as well. I know Carlos Villanueva he's learning from. So that's great. I mean, look at that. So he's been fantastic. I'm actually maybe going to try and give him some more starts because he's been pretty much lights out, for the whole season. He's been everywhere. So that's what's been good about him. But I think that's what the side will go in for this one. Obviously, we don't need to win, but I do want to win. I mean, you want to finish atop of the group. Jeju, they're going to be away, I think, to the Japanese side. So, $16 to 110. So this should be a game that we should be winning. Although in Indonesia, you just don't know. So we're going to go into this. Hopefully, play a really good performance here. And no, almost locked out of there. So I'll just say carry on from the last match. So it looks like we're in our whites for this game, and yeah, it's just been really good. Oh yeah, I'll also show we've played a Canada game as well. But this has been a good start. We're controlling the game first minute in. And we're controlling it. Obviously, it's early, but here's Timmy. Here's Villanueva. He's been a really good signing. Go over his stats as well in a moment. Just going to close down a bit more. Yeah, Villanueva's been a tremendous signing. He's a player that can play attack, but he's a really good setup man. Obviously, his free kicks are really good as well. Here's Kale. Villanueva. Gabriel. Rushed that a bit too much there. But here's Kale. Plays out wide. That's good movement. Ziho off the post. And that was a good, 2-3 one-touch passes to set him up. Here's Ziho. Lika scores! Come on! His second goal of the year for Mihai Lika. The foreign centre back. He's been tremendous as well. And again, one man, Zhang Linpeng, he's probably the highest paid Chinese player we got on the squad, and so deserving so. He's been a fantastic signing as well, even though it's been a bit pricey, but he has played, up to the standard of almost some of the foreign players. And, that's why it's been really good. Really good signing. But Lika gives us the goal. Villanueva coming in. Zhang Long, Gabriel. Big stop there by the Indonesian. Who is that? Sukadana. Villanueva. So as you guys can see here, really controlling this game. And so we should, well, I guess I shouldn't say so we should, but you just kind of look at the reputation of countries, China to Indonesia. But yeah, this is a really good performance. Obviously, we would like to score some more goals, but I'm going to say there's a bit more room for improvement. It looks like they're changing up their striker as well. But it's just wonder what the coefficients are here for in Asia, because Indonesia's got 2 teams in the Champions League. So does that mean 2 teams go automatically to the group stage and 1 goes in the playoff, or one goes to the group stage and then the other goes to the playoff? I don't know. But as you guys can see there, also Japanese team up 1-0 for Zhang Long. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Zhang Lin Pang. And Villanueva, as you guys can see there, he's struggling a bit. He's not playing a really good game. So I think we'll maybe try and get him off. Let's see here. Zhang Ji, Villanueva. It's good movement. Here's Kyle. Villanueva and a good stop. So he came up with a chance there. And here we come in again. They've yet to get a shot on goal this other side, and that didn't miss by much. But I think we'll take Villanueva off just because, you know, he hasn't really been playing well. And we got a bit of a congested part of the schedule. So, I'm going to say concentrate as well. But yeah, 14, now 5 on target, not the greatest. Here's Lika, and he almost got his second goal. Do another sub here. Zhang Ji looks a bit tough, tired, so we'll bring on Juan Boan. Kyle's looking a bit tired. We'll put on Lu Bin Bin. Do I want to take Timmy off and put Zhang Long in his position, or we'll just swap for swap? Lu Bin Bin, the shot, Kyle put it wide, or else it was blocked on the way through. Here's Lika, Gabriel, Lu Bin Bin, plays it back, here's Kyle, and a good stop again. So that's two. The goalkeeper, I would say, is the best player on this side. He's playing really well. Here's Lu Bin, tried looking for Shenzhou. Juan Boan. Lu Bin, Shenzhou, another good save. Here's Kyle. And another save. Goalkeeper's doing really well. Now 22 to 8 the shots. He's come up with some huge saves there on Kyle and Shenhua, as you guys saw there. Now he's probably the reason why it's only at 1-0. Here's Kyle, good through ball, and there's the goal. Wang Zhihou, and that's going to be 3 points. And we're going to wrap the group stage up with 5 wins and 1 loss. And Kyle, again, there's a yellow card for them. I guess they must have thought it was offside. But yeah, this year I've really noticed Timmy's really starting to become, instead of really not a goal scorer, he's becoming the he's setting it up now. I mean, he's becoming the playmaker, which just been following Tim all his career pretty much since Millwall. He's always been the goal scorer. I mean, he's always been the guy at the other receiving end of the ball rather than dictating and passing the ball. So he's always been known for more goals than assists. I guess you guys can say. And there's another good save by Sukadana. Here they come. As you see, 1 shot for him, none on target. So Yan Junling hasn't really, he hasn't had to do anything in this game today. But yeah, this should be it now. Just another really good performance, defensive performance as well. Because yeah, I'll show you too. In the season and everything, we've only conceded 2 goals. So there's the win, a 2-0 victory in Indonesia to round out the group stage. The defense is looking really good. And we finished atop the group, which is what I wanted. Looked like the Japanese side beat the Korean side. So that's that. That's the group stage of the Champions League. We go away with 15 points from a possible 18, which is that's really good. so that's what I wanted. Shandong and Puang are going in that group. I just want to check the group stages. See all the groups. So Shandong, Puang, Gamba, and Suwon. So Zhuangjiao is out. Ulsan, Hyundai, Vissel, Shanghai East Asia are out. So I'm starting to think now it's Shandong. Shandong has always been I don't think Shanghai East Asia or Zhuangjiao are really the teams that have been my Achilles heels in the seasons. It's been Shandong, just in everything. So we come away with a 2-0 victory, get some more prize money, and Jiho, and we've had some offers for Gabriel, one from Al Sadd and one from Vasco in the Brazilian league. So you know what, guys? I'm actually just going to accept this. Actually, maybe I'll try and go to 450. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, 450. His contract runs out soon. He doesn't want to sign. 450. Outside, I'll do it. And I hope, Gabriel's been a really good player for us, no doubt about it. He's been, and those stats there are good enough for European football. I mean, they are. And this year, as you can see, he's a bit struggling. That's surprising. But he's just been a really good shutdown defensive midfield. Obviously, the stats aren't going to be there because he plays in a defensive midfield role, but he's been really good. So it's going to be a bit sad to see him go. But if a player doesn't want to sign a contract, you got to cash in on them. And now, we're going to get Suwon in the ACL Champions League in the second round. The Korean champions, I would assume. So here we go. We got Persipura on that side. Shandong has Vissel, Puang, Ulsan Hyundai, Jeju and Gamba Osaka, and us and Suwon. So that's going to be tough. Tough second round, obviously. I think that would be one of the teams I'd really like to avoid. But again, you can't really do much. So we're going to come back for the next episode with the second leg against Suwon. And that's going to be just before the World Cup, I think. And that's why I hope there's a bit of a break between the World Cup. Because it just makes it so unrealistic, when you're playing an international game manager. In real life, if you're a manager of a national team and then you have to go back a couple of days later to play a league game, I mean, that's why that's the part that makes it unrealistic for footy manager. But yeah, but we're gonna come back for the next episode. But we'll show you the Canadian one in here. We did play one friendly. It was against the Ivory Coast. We lost 1-0. Kind of frustrating because they got a penalty. We got a penalty, but of course our penalty is saved. So, but it was a pretty good performance. I played a bit defensive, which I really want to try and get that ready for when we get into the World Cup. But here are the friendlies prior. We got a home against India, 3 days later against Australia, which I really wanted to set up, and then Greece, and then Macedonia. Because I want to play a bit of a weaker side to get the players, hopefully win that game, by 2, 3, 4 goals. That's what I'm hoping for anyway, and then get the confidence up, and then we could work on these ones. And then for the World Cup, obviously that first game is going to be the massive one. 6, 16, 21, and 26. Let's look at this for our league. Because yeah, I hope that I just hope that it kind of fits in to the the break. Obviously, there's a break as well, right? 6:10, and then yeah, so yeah, that works. That's good. I mean, this is going to be at the end of the break, and then after the World Cup. In fact, it's pretty much right after the World Cup. That's going to work. Obviously, 7:13, I guess. So if we possibly make the final of the World Cup, we'll go efficient with 2 league games here. But yeah, and yeah, actually, I'll just show Carlos Villanueva. He's been a good pickup, really good. These stats. I mean, obviously, he's just getting a bit older. Plus, his injuries is the reason why his physicals are a bit down. But yeah, he's been good. Taking him a bit of time to get, I think, into the rhythm of the league and all this. But 690 rating with 2 goals is pretty good. And I've only really used him off the bench right now because I've really Dirty Ock has just been lights out as well. And I'm hoping it'd be kind of cool as well when look at that, 6 goals and 6 appearances. So he's really doing well. But I hope he continues to play well and that he gets another call up with Switzerland national team, because it's always kind of nice when you're managing players and they're getting called up for their countries. That's what I find anyway. So hopefully that goes there. We'll just play this one. And yeah, and then of course the off season. Hopefully some teams release some players. So right now on my short list I do have Saliovic as the number 1 target, with Gabriel departing. But right now, yeah, he's the number 1 target. But it's just frustrating. It's so frustrating when you got some quality players out there. Demba Ba, he's at Shanghai in real life. Goes to show how this game, just the reputation-wise anyway, the Chinese league, the way it's set up, it's a lot higher reputation size than what the game has given it. So it doesn't allow you to bring in big-name players. I mean, that's why, like, I would probably guarantee if Kyle wasn't at Shanghai in real life and he was in this game, say at like another club, guarantee he would be a player that would also not be interested in coming. Guarantee it, because it's just. So it looks like New York City is offering $0 for Gabriel. That's okay, guys. Well, that's not going to happen. We'll go 450. Or else he'd probably be a designated player for him. Oh, they've accepted. So what? That makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. They offer $0, but now they take 450. Just man. And then also the quest to try and cap Matthias Laba is also I can't do it. I mean, I don't know what's going on. He still has some more time to live in Canada, I guess. I mean, it says here he's eligible. He's not nations eligible yet, but I hope he's slowly getting there, because I would really like to bring him in for the World Cup, or at least cap him. Or yeah, the World Cup. I mean, that's what I want. Because after the World Cup, I mean, I just want to stick with China for the last season. Because that's why, guys, it's getting a bit to crunch time too. Because FM16 is coming out November 13th. Obviously, that's about 4, 5, 6 weeks away. So for me, just with work and just eligibility to record, I got one more season of this save. And, of course, if Kyle wants to go up for another contract, then I got more to go. So that's why it's it's off. And now we got an injury. Roland Juhas is out 2 months with a double hernia. Oh man, that's just in training as well. And Schweinsteiger, I mean, he's another one. But that's frustrating. And also Pepe as well. He's been transfer listed. And he's also at the end of a contract, and of course he doesn't want to sign. I've also been kind of looking at this transfer rumors as well to see what Zhuang Zhao is really after. And that's a player that they're rumored for. Claudio Cursu. He looks to be a pretty decent player as well. Real Salt Lake, Christian Sundortson. He's an MLS player. In Shanghai, East Asia, Jose Paulo Guerrero. Oh, we'll get a scouting report for him. Just because, Lolo's a really good, he's one of my, the FM buddies here, and, he's a Peruvian, and he really likes that player, and he's a really good player, actually. In fact, he's on a free, too, isn't he? And I could sign him. Jose Paulo Guerrero, I could sign him. The thing is, he's a striker, and I'm pretty happy with Dirtyock, but 34 years of age, his physicals are really down, but he's a player that can possibly do some good. But I'm not going to show this game, so that's what we're going through. Yeah, I've actually scouted some more players. Yeah, Roland Juhas, that's a big loss. Fernando Torres, he's on. I could sign Fernando Torres. So I guess he's a big name player. Fernando Torres, he's a big name player, and he'd be 34. I mean, that's a realistic move. So that's good. But some players, the guy I really want, Yaya Toure and Schweinsteiger, and I can maybe understand Schweinsteiger because he's still under contract, and I mean, why would you want to leave a team like Bayern Munich when you're still in contract? But Yaya Toure, I mean, he hasn't re-upped yet at Man City. And, I mean, if he didn't want to re-up there, and that's why it's really, I mean, it's pointless when you have these conversations with these players too. It's like, they're not even interested, and they never do. I've never once convinced a player to sign for me. Not once. So, that's why it's frustrating there as well. But, there are some pretty good players out there. Alberto Aquilani, he's one of them. He's at Liquia. Obaten, he's not the greatest. Where was he? There was another player I was thinking about getting, or looking at anyway. Vedad Ibisevic, he's one. But I mean, look at the finishing. I mean, again, Dirtyock is probably one of the best, if not right now. Tranquillo Barnetta, he's another one I'm looking at. Can I sign him? I can, so that's really good. Where was he? I guess can't get in there. Now we're kind of going through it, but yeah, this episode's taken another 34 minutes. So yeah, so that's what we've been doing, guys. We're gonna come back for the second leg against Suwon for the next episode, and yeah, the transfer window. I think the transfer window starts up July 7th. Yeah, July 7th to July 31st. So after the World Cup will be our transfer window. We'll try and bring in, I guess there's a bit more options now. I mean, Fernando Torres, but they're all striker positions, which I'm quite happy with Dirtyock, to be honest with you. I mean, Fernando Torres, but again, I mean, the thing is too, right, guys, is if I want to make the next step to winning a Club World Cup, is a guy like Aaron Dirtiok going to get the job done? That is the thing. Whereas Fernando Torres, he is a player that has proven to do a lot, but he's also been a player that has proven to be massive flops. So, that's one thing you got to put into perspective. But a guy like Yaya Toure or Schweinsteiger, those players would get it done. And I think also a guy like Sead Seljovic would be a piece of the puzzle as well. So that's what I'm thinking about. Demba Ba, he's also, and that's frustrating. And now I can sign Demba Ba. So now, guys, this is the question. Now do I want to sign Demba Ba? So now the thing is too, I mean, yeah, that's great. Demba Ba, before he didn't want to get signed, and now he does. 32 years of age. Look at the mentals, look at the physicals, look at the technicals are a bit down, but for a poachy striker, that's going to be really good. And let's compare here to Aaron Dirtiok. I mean, Demba Ba blows him away in all the mental skills. Physicals, I mean, obviously, natural fitness, yeah, that's the one thing that's a bit down in that. But I mean, it's all pretty close except the mentals, and that's what really is important. You look at Kyle, I mean, his mentals that's why he's still able to perform, because his mentals are so good. But Demba Ba, he's only been 3 appearances this year. I mean, I'm going to get another scouting report for him, just because Demba Ba is a really good player. I mean, to be honest, I think, yeah, Demba Ba, and that would be a really good signing. Advance forward. So that's what we got going for us. So again, guys, well, anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll try and digest all this, and maybe leave a comment, see which players you think would be interested, and maybe put into my ear and see if I could scout them or not. But yeah. So again, guys, we'll come back for that second leg against Suwon in the Champions League, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.